All right, UTPB Falcon head coach Rae Boothe. Coach Boothe, what do you think of the new schedule alignment that the conference has for this season?
Well, after multiple versions, I think we're pretty happy with it. We're just grateful that we get an opportunity to play. Obviously, Eastern opting out, or Midwestern opting out of playing in Lone Star, changes had to be made, and so of the division that we're in, we're excited. I think they did a great job with us being able to play multiple teams and back-to-back Friday, Saturday, non-division, home and away still in your division. So, yeah, we're grateful that we get to play in just under 20 days now.
What are your expectations for this season?
Well, I think the first one is just understanding we're going to have to be flexible, that it's going to be a roller coaster all year long with COVID and the protocols, and I think it's going to be really hard to set win-loss goals because you don't know what group you're going to have on a daily basis with those restrictions as it relates to COVID. So I think really realistically, we want to get better every day. We want to develop this team every day. We want to have a better culture tomorrow than we do today. We want to just continue to pursue excellence in everything that we do. However, we do have high hopes if we're all here. We want to build on the success we had last year, and we do think that our schedule is very competitive for us to be in. So granted, we take care of things COVID-wise. I think we're going to see positive results. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee that, so we're just going to work on getting better every day with whatever group we have and being well prepared against whoever we play.
Speaking of last year, how different is your team from last year to this year?
Wow. So I think we have a lot of good carryover here. We have 8 returners. We have a balanced transfer class and a balanced freshman class. I would say the difference, though, is we have we're going to dominate inside if we have all our post players. We bring back Alexis Quadman, who's coming back from injury, so we hope to have her soon. We've got Ogeshi, who those two together are going to alter anything in the lane. I think we are going to create a dominant inside presence, not only defensively, rebound-wise, but obviously offensively. And that's going to allow our shooters to be better perimeter players, a little bit more inside out. We get to change our system a little bit more. I would also say we're very athletic. I would like to say we're deeper, but I think that depth changes every test result that we get and who's in isolation or quarantine. So all in all, I would just say, we're better inside, and I think we're far more athletic. But I think we returned really great pieces, and Alexis Quadman, Rory Carter, Alexis Popham, who didn't play last year, who was a redshirt because of injury. She gets to play. Nobody's seen her, and she's a fantastic player. Jada Berry, Lauren Stallworth has improved immensely. And then Bree Washington, who didn't play last year, is also on our way to being able to be healthy. So we returned good pieces. Some we got to see, some we didn't. So we're excited about having a huge core group back. This is the largest returning group that I've had since I've been here. So to have some player-ran practices and they know the expectation and standard is fantastic as a coaching staff. But our new players they're doing everything they can. The energy has been great. But all in all, I'd say the difference should be we're better inside. And we're a little bit faster.
All right, I'm going to pick 2 players in particular from your core that are coming back.
Yeah.
What are your expectations for Rory Carter and Alexis Quadman this year, coming off an impressive freshman season?
Well, right now, those both need to be healthy, I think, to answer that question. Rory Carter and Alexis Quadman are a very good duo together. I think they make each other better. They play together. They've had history together. They played together before college. We're a better team with Rory Carter and Alexis Quadman on the court. We definitely are. I think, again, them coming back from injury, both of them, is going to be good timing. Maybe not immediately, but I think rolling into Christmas break, getting those back 100% healthy is a great goal for our final 16 Lone Star Conference games. Having a version of them is very important. My expectation for them, as long as they're healthy, is, they've got to be leaders on this team. And they both have done very, very well here recently since we started official practice doing so. But them being healthy is huge. Of course, Alexis Quadman already set the career block record in a single freshman season. I mean, I think us getting this year back, they're on their way to set goals that it's going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, for other people to beat in front of them. Not just in 4 years, but because they technically have 4.5. So, yeah, leadership-wise, get them on the court, we're better. But I think they've got really fantastic pieces around them now, and they did last year as well. But Quad had to carry all the weight, and she had to play 35 minutes a game when typically she's probably at her best playing 25 minutes a game. So we're hopeful that now we have other people that can cover for her when she is injured, and then when she is in foul trouble, and when she is tired, to where she doesn't have to just, suck it up and try to get through that she's got some teammates that can have her back and go in and play for her.
All right, Coach, what measures are you as coaches taking to keep the players as safe as possible with the COVID-19 pandemic?
Wow. I feel like every week we learn that we should have done this a little bit different or get a little bit better here. But, I think the big thing that we're trying to do is just make sure that we maintain social distance when possible, and that when it's not, that we wear a mask. So our plan has been, if somebody tests positive, that it doesn't take the whole team out. I think we've had to learn how to do that through trial and error. But so far, I'd say our team is doing a really great job understanding this is a situation that we can't control, but we can control what we do in it. And we're grateful for the opportunity to be on a basketball court. So we're constantly the COVID police with masks, with space, things that players want to do. They want to hang out in the locker room together. They want to eat together. They want to celebrate each other's birthdays together. They want to study together. They want to goof off together. I think everything. They want to high-five each other a lot. That's one thing. So we now have to discourage that and be creative and innovative on how we are great teammates still, and how we can still have team chemistry. But really the big thing is if we could keep our space and keep our mask on when we can't, and then we're going to limit that to 15 minutes, no more every day, then we can be safe and hopefully have a season where we qualify for a tournament, and we need to play at least half the games to be able to do so.
What are your thoughts on the preseason polls?
The preseason, it's crazy. We go 500 in the other two pods last year. We beat a regionally ranked team here, being Eastern, sweep Western. So I think we kind of get the short end of the stick being in the division that we're in, but it doesn't matter. It's preseason polls. I'd say this team behind me is far better than 13. But we'll see. We gotta put it on the scoreboard. So, yeah, I would imagine hopefully we are significantly better than 13.
Who has looked good so far in camp?
Wow. It's different every day. Unfortunately, we haven't even practiced a full week. But I'd say, our returners, we know what we're gonna get with them. As far as new players, Kane is playing well. Coco is playing really well. Ogeshi really well. I'll tell you, a freshman, Morgan, is going to be a tremendous player in her career. She's so smart. She's so talented. Allie, Pop is doing fantastic. There's so many pieces, which is great because we're going to eliminate so many people with COVID probably as the year goes on. So the fact that Quad's hurt, well then next. And if she's out, well then next. I think we do have depth inside this year. So that's encouraging. We don't have to change the way that we play based on if we have a post in or not. But yeah, I think we've got really great pieces. The key is make sure we're on the same page come December 11th.
All right, Coach, last question for you. What is it going to take to be successful throughout this season?
Well, I think just understanding COVID is going to change us almost on a daily basis. Embracing that, being flexible, but also not letting it change the way that we operate in terms of accountability and expectation. We want to give a lot of grace, and we want to be understanding this is a tough time for everybody. It's a tough time for our players to be here and do almost virtual classes, to not really have a social life outside of our team. They're sacrificing a lot, so we want to be understanding of that, but also we're grateful that we get to come to work today, that we get to be on a basketball court today. So, understanding it's a different time, but in terms of success, I think we've got to define that a little differently this year than we have in the past. I think it's really going to be, are we getting better every day with what we have in the situation that we're in? And thus far, this team has done a very, very good job of that. We're not making excuses. I think that they want to get better every day. The energy has been fantastic. Them being in here before it's practice time working on stuff shows tremendous ownership and really player-ran team, and I think that speaks volumes to the success. As long as we keep doing those things, they're going to be successful individually and collectively.